Hi there, I'm Jamie Abbott. This week we're going to talk about news values so you can successfully pitch your story to a journalist. Now, to be able to pitch your story and come up with some strong news angles, it's really important to know what journalists are after. It's a common fact that bad news sells. For example, if you were to walk past a news agency which had a poster out the front and it said, "Sunshine for Sydney this weekend," you're probably not going to rush out and buy that newspaper. But instead, if that poster said, "Hurricane to hit Sydney this weekend," you're probably more likely to buy that newspaper. Now, when I was a journalist, if I was determining whether a story was newsworthy or not, when something was pitched to me, I actually ran the story through a checklist, which I'm going to share with you right now. Conflict. Does this have conflict between two parties or two businesses? For example, maybe conflict at a council meeting or in Parliament. Novelty. Is this something unusual or out of the ordinary? Proximity. Would it affect local people, perhaps people in Sydney? For example, a tsunami in Sydney would probably be more newsworthy in Sydney than it would elsewhere around the world. Impact. Will this have an impact on people's lives? Human interest. Will viewers be generally interested in this? Prominence. Is it involving someone famous or a large landmark which is highly noticeable? And currency. How new is this? Is it outdated or brand new information which is topical at the moment? Now, how do you use these news values in pitching your story? You use them to come up with an angle to be able to pitch your story to the journalist. Now, before you try and sell your story to the journalist, work out what the news angles are, because this will certainly also help you determine what questions that you might get from the journalist and perhaps some of the angles that you hadn't thought about. Have fun determining your news values, and until next time, good luck in your campaign to get public.